Wednesday. Those of you who saw my recent posts know that I am in pre-production of the Outworlder Virtual Experience computer game. Using the Unity software from Denmark, I am going through lengthy tutorials to learn how to program, code, and create an actual computer game where you can function as the Outworlder or Devah. Now, much as I want to go viral forward on that game, there is a matter of unfinished business with the Outworlder videos. See, the plots of both Outworlder 3 and 4 set up the stage for what you'll see in the game. So, I figured it would take another 3 years or more to digital paint Outworlder 3. It does until 2023. And by the time I got Outworlder 4 done, it could be 2027. Who wants to wait that long, right? So, I've elected to release Outworlder 3 and 4 in video form. It's mostly pen line drawing. There'll be some hidden colors. A few pages at the beginning and the end of Outworlder 3 have been painted. However, over 100 of them have not. So, as such, your immense imaginations will have to fill in the vibrant colors of Mirador, the ash and gray tones of 24th century Earth. You'll have to imagine the gray-red color scheme of the courtroom and the psychedelic colors of fluidic space that Outworlder Devah entered toward the end of the film. It's almost like a theater of the mind, but I know you can do it. Follow me to the vortex. Outworlder 3 judgment begins in our solar system. Mirador now orbits Jupiter, but a storm is rolling in. The sirens sound. The populace flees the waterfront. Follow me through the vortex. Submit it for your approval. Eager to witness our play.
Now that's damn peculiar. It does not read like a cloud front or a tsunami. Check seismic sensors for undersea quakes. No peaking, sir. No explanation for that storm at all. There was clear visibility for 400 miles and then that just cleared up 10 miles offshore. Size and velocity. The wave is reading 300 meters high, moving at 230 knots closure. Sound the storm alert. Storm fronts approaching over the city at Mach 7. Ah, this is gonna be good! Pulsars, maximum dispersal power. Yeah, we can cause more damage that way. You chose the wrong schoolyard for this fight, parasite.
Did I break your little heart? Would you believe she was my quantum physics professor 2.5 years ago? Wow. Look at the kind of company Devah's keeping now.
They knew exactly how to get our attention. And that was their mistake. Astroforce made those weapons to take us out. They imagined us a threat. After all of the ships we saved, this is how they show gratitude. You hear the programming in their heads, the same as I did. Since Astroforce cannot control us, they are afraid we will go rogue. So now we find you made those weapons and end them. The weapons had to die. They were a threat to your people. Those that made those weapons must be dealt with otherwise. You do not want to absorb them? If we absorb the conspirators, then we only add to their paranoia. Others will rise to take their places. We need another course of action. There was no due process of law when Astroforce sent them out to kill us. On whose authority are they acting under? Those gullible biological weapons had the same tachyon pulse frequency. We will scan for that frequency and follow it back to the source. Nice going, Godzilla. You almost incinerated the crazy bastard.
No! Don't absorb me! I was only following orders! Do you have any idea how sick I am of hearing the Nuremberg techniques? Little minions can commit atrocities and think they can excuse themselves by blaming morons of higher rank. I had to go along! The last guy that didn't agree got devoured by the weapons! You do not have to be concerned with your weapons. Yeah, they were delicious. You killed all 6 of them? Did you really think that mega-powering 6 little serial murderers would be a match for us? Your thinking insults me. I should slow cook you. Can you imagine what it'll feel like as your own blood in acetylcholine boils? I did all this because I want to cry. Just tell me what you want to hear.
Admiral Travers is haunting this operation. He wanted a response to a threat. He selected 6 serial murderers from a mega-max prison in Arizona. This complex was assembled under a ghost city that no one in China could afford to move into back in the 21st century. And did you think that Travers could protect your unethical reputation for illegal medical experimentation? Get out of my head! Out of my head! I'm sick! I need help! You are a morsel! Come on, you can't eat me! I shit my pants! The only reason I have not bitten a piece from you is that you likely taste as bad as you smell. The only way that you continue existing is that you testify in court. What court will prosecute Admiral Travers? These guys own the legal systems. Yeah, but my husband corners the market on justice enforcement. You can cooperate or you can digest. Either way, I'm nourished. You don't understand. The court system, everything, it's all automated. If Travers even steps into a courtroom, every system shuts down. His kind are plugged into everything. One thought from them, and we're all back in the dark ages. Have you any idea how much we rely on technology nowadays? While you were out there on the final frontier having your damn crusade, democracy ended in America, and the corporations cemented their control over the globe. They own the entire earth, blood, stock, and warehouse. We're all registered, cataloged, and processed property for some corporation. From ourselves to our very minds. Do you think you can break humanity free from centuries of willing slavery? Do you think you're God? You have become addicted to technology, and the conspirators use that addiction to keep you in thrall, discussing how you cannot even bear to lose your connectivity. Then it is a matter of staffing a judge and jury with nothing to lose. You two are directly out of your minds! You just barge in anywhere, anytime you want? You time travel and history becomes a goddamn etch-a-sketch to you? I ain't having it! Oh, that doesn't. I'm taking you a cell at a time. This could take hours. No! Don't absorb me! Mr. Outworlder! You cannot let her absorb me! Hey, happy wife, happy life. She can eat you, or she can eat whoever's conspiring with Travers. Your choice. Admiral Travers is on the Lexington. It has no subspace transponder. No transponder at all. Not easy to find, and it's running dark. You are coming with me, Dr. Beckley. No, you can't stop me in there. Do not swabble about in there, or I will fly you through every stormfront from Wuhan to Manhattan.
There will be no records at Astroforce headquarters if the Lexington is running dark. No navigational or course change logs. No cargo or personnel manifests. And any other ship or station it passes will erase any record of having seen it. If I cannot find where the Lexington is, then I will figure out where it is not. So you'll be monitoring subspace communications and the assigned travel routes of ships that are not running dark. Precisely. Wherever there is no activity reported could be where the Lexington is moving. I need you to reserve a courtroom and find me a judge and jury with nothing to lose. A parasite like Travers does not succeed without ruining the lives of others. I'll find those people.
The fight lasted only a moment and resulted in no damage to either property or murder. Authorities on murder were left with questions. Who were these hostile beings? Where did they come from? What was their agenda? Questions but no answers. Over to you, Richard.
Thank you, Sari. Only a moment ago, Devah arrived at the Manhattan Galactic Justice Center. With her was 7 rogue Astro Force officers charged with treason in the creation of 6 mega-powered weapons deployed for covert agendas. Devah, where did you find a judge and jury not afraid of reprisals to hear this case?
Richard, you would be amazed at how many good people are discarded by the system. The judge and jury I found were military veterans from a homeless shelter. They were putting themselves between conspirators behind a military coup and the rest of society without fear of reprisals. Oh, and Admiral Travers, do you have a fear of traveling in cramped space at quantum warp velocity? You will.
Admiral Travers, you are under arrest. You have the right to explain yourself in a jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine the prosecution. And following judgment, you have the right of ritual suicide or public execution. Oh! That was your silent transmitter burning out of your brain, Admiral. You will not be signaling your minions to move against the government. Damn it to bloody hell! You are a menace! Do you have any idea what we can do? I know what you have done, Admiral. Altered and destroyed records, shut down power plants, nullified methods of communications, mobilized your forces against civilian populations, unarmed civilian populations, discredited and or murdered those who did not agree with you, violated laws and puppeted officials, created a climate of paranoia. I can't go on. Nothing you probe from my mind is admissible in court. Do you think you can find anyone in government who will prosecute me? I will be prosecuting you, Admiral.
Dead or alive, you're going with him.
Sunrise in Manhattan sees another list of credit debtors. Some would depart with redundant and organs. Citizens Bandeza, 586, 843, Fidetti, 598, 530, 94, Robber, 993484. Have until 0800 hours to report to Bellevue Hospital for organ extraction. Your person is the property of the First Credit Bank of Manhattan, and failure to arrive on schedule means that penalty charges will be added that will double your debt. If you attempt to flee the city, your file goes to the organ jackers, who will arrange for your humiliating and cruel demise for debt crimes. Hey, have a productive day! Bingo and great white shark attacks have been reported in the flooded neighborhoods of Asbury Park, City Island, Coney Island, and the Manhattan Battery. Citizens are warned to remain above the waterline until Cajun Navy hunters can kill the shark attacks and secure the waterways. Hey, back in my great-grandpa's day, the sharks walked around Wall Street in our bloody suits. Too bad we didn't have any Cajun Navy in the city of Manhattan back then. This has been Howard Man Howard at WGTF, New York.
I am in Washington right now. Rumors are going around about a military coup. You do not prosecute people like Admiral Dalton Travers.
Governor, I'm not prosecuting Admiral Travers. I'm also not arguing with the gods that are.
Where does this end, Mayor? What happens if they start prosecuting more government officials? How do you control them?
Governor, you do understand that the Outworlder Devah can move entire planets? If there is anyone the Travers minions cannot get to, it's the two of them.
If they take down Admiral Travers, then who defends Earth's interests?
Governor, do you not see the fine line between Earth's interests and those of a rogue element?
What if there is no fine line?
I am not a galactic citizen, Governor. I've not even been to the moon. I don't know the difference between preserving a way of life and promoting despotism. And if New York is in a position to end the despot, then I'm going to stand with my city.
These people can sink your city into the Hudson River.
In that event, it will fall to you to prosecute them from Albany.
This is ridiculous. There are some people you do not haul into court.
It is unfortunate that we cannot see eye to eye, Governor Tam, but I refuse to believe anyone is above the law.
Is the Outworlder Devah above the law?
And you've hit upon the irony, Governor. Two of them could have just killed Travers and his minions, but they're willing to put their faith in the legal system if the outcome will save billions of lives, yours included.
There will be reprisals for this.
New York City does not cringe, Governor. Good day.
And the governor is going to be a problem.
He's concerned that he will come home to a crater where his mansion once stood.
Would his wife want their children living in the shadow of a rogue military?
His wife is a human rights activist. She doesn't want anyone living under a gun.
I am a weapon, but I will not take offense to that.
Oh, I don't know about that. Before what happened on Mirador this morning, I have not heard of either one of you in armed conflict in several weeks.
We've been in the target star system. The fifth planet was in danger of being struck by a meteor shower. Real planet killers.
Amazing. Amazing. To think I grew up reading Outworlder comics, and now, here you are. You can't know what it's like having you both in our city. The city where the comic book started back in 1976 by an NYPD detective. My wife grew up wishing she could calculate in 5 dimensions. She's not great at math. And you've caused quite a fascination among women lately.
I'll have to work on public relations this week. For the present, I have a press conference at 30 Rockefeller Center, and then I have to review our witnesses.
I wish the two of you were here for less dire circumstances.
Thank you, Mayor. Good day.
Wow. I wonder how Christina will look in that outfit. Hoo-ha.
Attention! Citizens of the Tri-State area, attention! Our additions to the forbidden content list are the complete works of Harlan Ellison, every version of Star Trek, and the Twilight Zone, and the Outer Limits, every Outworlder comic book, film, video, or holographic game. Citizens possessing any of this illegal content have 24 hours to surrender them or publicly burn them to avoid 10 years of hard labor and all the extraction of redundant organs. Your compliance is expected. Thank you.
Citizens, as the fall season begins, remember it is also ransom season. This year your annual ransom will encompass your local, state, and national taxes. Those owning vehicles and homes will pay additional ransom, and failure to pay said ransom means forfeiture of property and inevitable homelessness. However, you can surrender your person to a citizen of wealthy estate who will assume your ransom debt and take you on as their slave for the remainder of your life. Lack of financial status is a criminal offense, and according to the 13th Amendment, criminal offenses, remove citizenship, and commit one to a lifetime of servitude. It's a crock of water. We gotta read this for you. Just read the damn thing. Be productive. Be free. This has been Howley Bear Halloran, WGTM, New York. Only moments ago, the Outworlder dropped out of the sky and brought Admiral Travers into the Manhattan Galactic Justice Center for processing. The Admiral will have till tomorrow morning to build his case in preparation for his trial. Due to the fear of reprisals, no human being will prosecute this case. Special consideration has been made so that the Outworlder can act as prosecutor and representative of the people. Plenty of speculation is already listed about how an extraterrestrial can be permitted to act in this capacity. For more on this case, we go to our Galactic News Network's legal specialist, Rufus Folks.
Sir, we've been collecting data on the Outworlder since he was a whisper among aliens. What I can tell you is a force like this does not move unless he has an unbeatable plan. There are three-dimensional chess players who cannot anticipate his moves.
That is because he calculates in 5 or 6 dimensions. He does not live in the now as we do. He is not so limited.
Sir, what about using his mystique against him? He is not human. So why is he being allowed to persecute humans using their own legal system?
Because the system is more afraid of him and that wife of his than us. They did recently park Mirador in Jupiter's orbit.
And every mathematical model we ran said that was physically impossible. Every planet's orbit should have been upset, except that he placed Mirador exactly where Io detonated weeks prior, thus restoring our orbits. Very, very perplexing.
I seem to remember some old case files. Might be stored at an old Air Force base in Southwest. Before we publicly made first contact with aliens in the latter 21st century, there was a covert defense effort dating back to 1942.
Squadron Zero, American military aviators flying alien-made fighter craft against alien threats. Not many of those aviators reached reassignment, let alone retirement.
Yet we would not exist as a species if not for those people. They operated in a secrecy that we lack nowadays.
If there's anything to be found there, Admiral, you will have it.
All rise! Hear ye, hear ye! Presenting Judge Harold Davis, Protector of the People, presiding. Today we hear the case of Admiral Dalton Travers, Astro Force, charged with treason in the form of creating living energy weapons with intent to organize a military coup. Prosecuting the case is the Outworlder, citizen of the universe and protector of life and property, and his wife, Devah, the Meritorian Ambassador.
You see, Mr. Outworlder, you may begin your opening argument.
Honored Judge, honored jury, citizens of Gotham. During times of upheaval, it is unfortunately normal for you to be panicked. And when people panic, they look to someone with a plan. Someone they can put their misplaced faith into, solve their problems for them. History is laden with examples of people trading their liberties for the illusion of security and then losing both. The Romans chose Caesar. Germany chose Hitler. America chose McCarthy. Ladies, gentlemen, members of the LGBTQ society, you have all done it again. This time, you put your faith in faceless individuals who sought to puppet your military to overthrow your own government. David and I have been monitoring the situations on many worlds, and when an uncommon silence occurred, we looked deeper into matters on Earth. By the time we arrived in the Solar Star System, a tsunami-sized wave was rushing toward a coastal city on Mirador. We vaporized the wave before it could do any damage. We found 6 living energy weapons that caused the wave and were poised to do more damage. We proceeded in an orderly, efficient military manner to take down those weapons and absorb their energies and memories. What we learned was that Admiral Travers was ghosting a unit that conscripted 6 serial murderers and transmuted them into galvanical biological weapons. Weapons whose programming was to get rid of my wife and I and then move against the United Earth governors here in Manhattan. Ultimately, Admiral Travers would impose a new order on Earth, with himself as absolute ruler. In time, the galactic states would either swear loyalty and fidelity to his order or be depopulated by his puppets in Astral Force. This is the state's case and my opening argument.
People of Earth, you know my record. I was first in my class at Annapolis. I served in Astral Force for 34 years on numerous ships and outposts. It is people like me that do what must be done to preserve our way of life. We make the difficult decisions because you cannot. We get our hands dirty so that you do not have to. You have the luxury of not knowing what we do. All we expect is for you to live your lives, pay your taxes, and not question the methods we use to secure your freedoms. There are facts you would be happier not knowing. There are places you would be happier not seeing. There are persons you do not want to know. By raising your heads, you risk your own necks. You imperil your own lives. Do any of you want to be out there on the front lines? Do you want to make yourselves targets? Can you stomach the consequences? Can your friends and families think on this, people? If you indict me, who will be there when the next threat pops out of warp drive right over this planet? Admiral Travers is using scare tactics. You are veterans of Astral Force. You have been on those front lines. You have made the difficult decisions and learned to live with the consequences. You have also been subject to other people's decisions, and their decisions, their agendas, were not always clear to you. In this case, Admiral Travers puppeted those of lower ranks to organize a military takeover. I should like you to bring economics to the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty by the state? I have already been persecuted by the state. Go sit down. Mr. Ricks, please state your former occupation, sir. Sir, I was formerly the captain of the Astral Force carrier USS Yorktown, CD-66. And why are you no longer master of the USS Yorktown? Because, Mr. Outworlder, sir, I had a crisis of conscience. I did not
to use my vessel's armaments against unarmed persons. I didn't want to take part in a massacre or treason. If you would, sir, enlighten the court as to how you lost your rank. I would not order the crew of the Yorktown to steal radioactive minerals from the mining colony on Ceres 4. Travelers wanted no witnesses. I did not carry out armed action on unarmed people, so the ship was taken from me. Catherine Fletcher would not perform the mission either, so Travis employed one of the department heads of the Lexington to take over the Yorktown and eliminate the colonists on Ceres 4. Both Fletcher and me were arrested, our rank taken away, our accounts frozen. We are persona non grata here in America. I live on a farm in southern Germany now, head of security. I work for rations and a bed. You have met others who would not go along. It is a deplorable day for a nation where those who did the right thing are punished for it. It is the price of special conscience. I will fight an armed nemesis who poses a threat to our way of life. But I will not direct my guns on a citizen carrying a shovel and digging for a living. I am a sailor, not a butcher. Thank you, Mr. Briggs.
The accuser now cross-examined the witness. Ethan. You were once a respected man, but you turned against your oath, your nation, everything. And now you stand guard on a farm in the only nation that will have you.
The only thing I turned my back on was your legal order.
Did he put those ideas in your head, Ethan? Why did you side with him? He's not even human.
He saved my ship and crew. Devah saved the Intrepid when it was forced down on Verasa. They do what we can scarcely dream of, and they never abuse their power.
Very, very sanctimonious. It is those like you who should be on trial, not me.
You. Yet here you are, put on trial,
while the one force of the universe that you cannot threaten. You did not see the threat that those like him represent. And let me give you all a history lesson. Run exhibit December 10th, 1988. I did what I did to protect the Earth from mega-powered living weapons, namely you. This was footage from a covert satellite belonging to Squadron 0. This event happened on the evening of December 10th, 1988. Oh, I know it's been some time for you, Mr. Outworlder, but do you remember this night? The final attack by the Nitruscan Empire. They planned to eradicate your defenses, kill your leadership, enslave the survivors, and harvest Earth's resources. If not for me, none of you would have been born. This was an actual threat, not imagined. This occurrence happened 324 years ago, which has me wondering, how long have you been scrutinizing us? Had I been properly scrutinizing Earth, you never would have gotten into Annapolis. You and those conspiring with you never would have met, and you never would have built 6 energy weapons. Which has me wondering, who appointed you to the position you hold over the rest of us? What grade did you make? Whose test did you pass? What are you and your wife, who are not state-sanctioned actors, doing enforcing authority over us? You are interfering with the primordial forces of nature! No, I and my wife are proving that evil does not succeed when good people do something. I am not evil! I am doing what is necessary to save Earth! wonder, how many times did you covertly involve yourselves in Earth's affairs? Can you move not just through space, but through time itself? What changes in history do you make from time to time? How do I know? How do we know that you are not making frequent treks backwards and forwards in time to suit some agenda that only you know the end result of? If I had an agenda, I would not go through the effort of a courtroom appearance. I would have just erased you and your conspirators before you had the opportunity to form your plot. I am done with this witness. I now call to the stand Devah.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, on penalty of the state?
Do you not get bored asking that question to so many people? I do.
State your full name for the court record.
Project Cannon's Thunder. I am proudly addressed as Devah.
Project Cannon's Thunder? And who gave you this colorful designation?
It is a program that my husband used to create me.
Oh, and did the Outworlder conjure you into existence in a science lab?
Do not be silly. You cannot safely produce fission enough to make me in a contemporary science lab.
Then where did your husband make you?
In the exploding sun of the Bengal star system.
Oh, I see. And when the sun of the Bengal star system went nowhere, you and your husband parked Mirador near Jupiter.
It was his plan. I have to admit, I was overwhelmed when you told me that. My people had only a crude space technology. And here comes this man who could combine energy, thought, and matter with a plan to save my planet.
There has been plenty of conjecture about where you came from. One is that you, like your husband, are the vanguard of a future tech threat sent here to soften us up in the past.
Very unlikely. If anything, we've empowered many people we have encountered. We have taught them new methods for designing their societies, feeding and educating their populations, and learning how to better communicate with the diversity found on other planets. We have even rebuilt the Yorktown and the Intrepid when they took damage. Those two ships are in your fleet, Admiral.
I'm still interested in who you were before. Another fable says that you were a native to the planet Mirador and had been developed by your military into a psychic warrior, and that the time came that you could not control your abilities.
I had problems with my subconscious activating my psychokinetic abilities in my sleep. Thanks to my husband, I can control my abilities and learn many more. But I don't sleep anymore either.
Now, if I understand what I read in recent Outworlder comics, neither of you ever sleep. You, in fact, have been awake for how many months? I would think that would lead to synaptic damage, even psychosis.
In a physical being, yes. But we are a complex blend of living energy.
So, if you're Miradorian by birth, how did you meet the Outworlder?
He followed my psionic wave through deep space and arrived minutes before Mirador would have been destroyed.
So, the two of you have considerable psionic, telepathic, empathic, psychokinetic, and pyrokinetic abilities.
Those and vastly more.
All right. If we can establish that you are Miradorian by birth, then what is the Outworlder? I'm assuming he was not born this way. Nothing can be born like that. I should remind you that you're under oath. I do not believe the comic book story where he is the next step in evolution and search the galaxy to good deeds. So tell me, Devah, who was the Outworlder before he became this galactic meddler?
My husband was born William Conrad Hauser in the city of Manhattan on a winter night in 1960. Even in his youth, He fought against bullies who oppressed those who could not fight for themselves. He was commissioned in the United States Marine Corps in 1982 and flew the F-18.
And is there any way that you can corroborate anything that you are saying?
Not with the human race extinct and most records destroyed in the timeline he came from.
Oh, very interesting. Very convenient. So the Outworlder is not even from this timeline, but from a timeline where all life and records on Earth are destroyed.
In the timeline that he originates from, the Etruscan flagship Dragos arrived on Earth on the evening of December 10th, 1988. Captain Hauser and his wingman, Lieutenant Mitchell, were aviators in Squadron Zero. They mobilized to fight off a shadow fighter assault. During close pursuit of a shadow fighter, their H-packs were pulled 800 years into the future. Lieutenant Mitchell ejected from his H-pack. That's Human Piloted Alien Craft. It's an acronym. Captain Hauser's ejection system failed, and he was severely injured in the crash.
Oh, this is really good. Really good. Now tell me, Devah, where did these H-packs crash land into?
28th century Tabal, a subterranean city-state ruled by conspirators who had overthrown their government 8 years before. Much like you thought you were going to do, Admiral.
This is mere supposition. I demand to be struck from the official court records, Your Honor. Sustained. Please continue, Devah. Hey, your testimony would make a great television movie, Devah. Really. So tell me, this fellow Captain Hauser crash lands in Jabal. What happened then?
He was badly burned and depleted of blood, but a military scientist found uses for him.
Hey, if I was sitting, I'd be on the edge of my seat. Aren't you all? And in the name of this military scientist?
Mark. He was perfecting Project Coldbringer, but it had a horrific cost to the prison population. Mark used mind-warping drugs to corrupt Captain Hauser's brain chemistry. His ability to reason properly and remember where he came from were also gone.
So you're telling me that underneath the most sophisticated time-traveling weapon ever created is a 20th century human being?
Underneath all of that living energy is a real man. A man that saved Tabal from tyranny. A man that saved this earth from destruction. A man who lost his family, his own earth, to save them and every life born here, including yours.
Why, that is a romantic notion. But if he conveniently comes from another timeline, another reality, then there's no way for us to check records on him, is there? No. Those records would have been conveniently destroyed by the untrusted invasion that followed his disappearance in time. It means that now nothing you said requires an ounce of proof.
Oh, if you like, we'll put centuries of memories in your head. You would feel how it was to be operated on without anesthetic. How it felt to have your atoms energized into biological form. How it felt to say goodbye to your family and know they would die. What would be an instant of your eternal life. But you'd likely go mad from cortex overload.
I do not need a mind full of your clever fabrications in my head. It is my determination that you are engaging in deceptions and subterfuge.
It is only your opinion. But can you prove it, Admiral? It is not what you can accuse, but what you can prove, isn't it?
Oh, very clever. You conjure up this little story and put tears in the eyes of the jury. Not that we can tell with those weatherproof masks. But at the same time, you can prove nothing. And you are expecting everyone to believe you with blind faith. Do you think humans are that gullible?
These people can believe us because your conspirators are in the cells beneath this room and not mutating this population into more of your berserker weapons.
Your Honor,
I can do nothing with this witness for long as she spins these tales from another universe that I cannot examine in this timeline. The witness is excused. Prosecutor, hear this witness. I call to the stand Dr. Charles Beckwith.
Don't tell me you can't see him. Hold in this room. Don't tell me you can't see him. Just coming out of the woodwork. It's coming out of the floor. Don't tell me you can't see all these things coming out of the floor. How'd she change her dress so fast? Hey, look, walls are bleeding and this thing's coming out of the floor. Don't tell me that you can see it.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty of the stake? For the record, I'm wearing diapers because of that woman! She was a menace and he does nothing to control her! She flew away here through every lightning storm, from Wuhan through Alaska, through Canada. And she did not even bring a deflector shield. Every lightning struck to hit her flying! And he knows damn well, Outworlder, you know damn well, your biological weapons. You know how good they are when they're young. She threatened to harm me, and then she gave me a rough ride. She said she could kill me and wake me up again and again and again. Said no one would stop her. Said she was going to watch me hang myself. Comfort yourself with the knowledge that my wife does not find your potency appetizing. Now, you will tell the court how Admiral Travers recruited you. I'm not going to incriminate myself! And I am not expecting you to. Under Federal Rule of Evidence 602, you have personal knowledge about this matter being testified to. I need only for you to explain to the jury how and why Admiral Travers recruited you. I got a problem. Two problems, really. One is, cervical addiction. I like to cut people up. Each one's different. And, I like to experiment on what people are afraid of and how much pain they can take for how long. I mean, you don't really know somebody. I mean, really know them. Till you cut them open and listen to how they beg and bargain. It's a rush. And you were facing indictment for these crimes. Indictment, hell! The families were petitioning the court to put me in the microwave chair and blow me up on the evening news! And here you are on death row thinking it was your last night on earth. And who walks in? Admiral Travers comes in with these two big guys in unmarked black uniforms. And he says that if I build him some weapons, they'll make my file disappear. Fresh start. Well, I don't want to get blown up, so I says I'll do it. They take me out of the cage, and I wake up in some 400-year-old Chinese ghost city. It belongs to Astro Force now for special projects. You shut it all up. And you are introduced to 6 serial murderers. You are told these are your test subjects. Yeah, they look mean. They chained the table, but they're scared of nothing. The three females talk dirty to me. Hey. Does she talk dirty to you? Diva speaks over 3 billion languages and uses no profanity, although she is partial to the comedy of George Carlin. That's even for my time. I do a baseline of the physical and mental condition, the composition. And these characters register no pain. They're competing with each other who can take the most pain I can throw on. It has taken me weeks to program the reactor to create the correct unigenic frequency. It's real tricky stuff. I gotta wonder if the guy who worked on you was a little crackers too? Was he crackers? You can tell me. Quite so. I enjoyed absorbing Dr. Bach and using his energy to tunnel through 7 miles of rock and shed the first sunlight on the city of Tabal. Yeah, you gotta be a little bug nuts to create weapons. I mean, normal people design tools to add to life. That's what they tell me. Here I am designing 6 weapons to waste and 2 of you and overthrow every nation on Earth. And then once you turn them on, there's no controlling them no more. They're forced to nature, like you. And to quote my wife, they were delicious. You should have seen the looks on all those officers' faces when they saw the news on Mirador. Here we had several months of work just killed by you two in a minute. They all scattered like rats. I had a place to run. They all abandoned me. Every time I saw the bastards, they abandoned me. And they figured you two would find me, absorb me, and then it's all over. And nobody anticipated this. You felt betrayed by those in command over you. Perhaps you could tell me their names. These people do not have names. They really talk. It's like they're telepathic. They communicate in winks, nods, and gestures. Nobody knows what they're saying. Nobody knows what they're saying. I mean, nobody. And nobody knows who's really in charge of what. They just wanted weapons. So that's what I made for them. I used 6 weapons. What kind of life did they say you would have after you made those weapons? Admiral Travers told me there would be work for me on 4 hours. Experiments and projects like I never imagined. It's like he walked me into a candy store and I was hungry. Charlie, the candy store is bankrupt. Your witness. Charlie, do you realize that if I go down, you're going down too? The microwave chamber is just a few blocks uptown, or you can strangle at the end of a cable, or disembowel yourself with a knife, or they march you through the streets. Your fellow citizens watching to Central Park for the firing squad. Yeah, Admiral, I know you think our government is weak and flawed, and if these people knew what was coming, they'd understand what we had to do. All we could do was try to make them understand and hope they showed some mercy. Tell me something, Charlie. How many of those people begged for mercy while you eviscerated them in your basement? How much mercy did you show? You see my point, Charlie? Mercy is not a human trait anymore. It is forgotten, just like civic virtue, family values, and all that crap the Outworlders fight for that has no place in the future. But go on, Charlie. Tell these people why you got on board. Tell them what is coming and what we're defenses against. I'm sure some of you know how 27 months ago the USS Potemkin disappeared. She went into a nebula, and what we found on the ship's recorder, well, when she got back, was like horrific. Even for me to look at, it was, it even grossed me out. You know what a sick bastard I am. And if all of you in attendance can keep your composure, I can show you those records. I can show you what is coming. I can show you what the current governors are feeble to stop. I can show you why the government had to be replaced and a stronger, more decisive regime put in place. Does the prosecution have any objection? None, Your Honor. The defendant has legal right to use any truthful evidence to prove his case. I should warn you, this footage is classified top secret at the highest level. But I want the world to know why we felt compelled to take the steps we did. Run USS Potemkin ship's recorder footage dated July 27, 2310.
When we found the Potemkin, the crew had been long dead, but preserved by the vacuum of space. Whatever these things are, we do not know their agenda, but they know all about us. They know where we are weak. My plan had been to build weapons that could get rid of whatever opposition stood against us, namely the Outworlders and your weak governors. Once in power, my stronger, more decisive regime would have a free hand to stand up to the threat of these berserkers. Oh, you should put me away. Put us all away. But who's going to be left to fight when those things get to Earth? Do any of you care to stand on the front line? I do not think so. Admiral, why did you not contact Devah and I? Because we have no way of controlling you or that wife of yours. You were unpredictable enough before, but now even more so with her around. The two of you dropped an entire planet in our backyard, and you certainly did not ask for permission first. You just did it! That is shallow logic, Admiral. What we did to save Mirador would never harm Earth. Why not tell the jury, the judge, the media, the spectators, why you did what you did? Oh, you actually want me to say it? All right. The fact is, I am human, just like all of them. And I did not want to rely on Space Daddy and his Jimmy to do my job for me. Protecting Earth's interests is my job, not yours. Do you have any idea how much you diminish us all? How small, how stupid, how weak, how helpless we all feel just because of you? How can any mortal man match up to a mega power weapon like you? We want to solve our own problems and not rely on either of you. And we will do it any way we have to. Even if it means committing treason and murder? Do you imagine the enemy thinks within those narrow legal and ethical limitations? If we are going to face them, then there can be no limitations. We must adapt and overcome. We can only defeat an enemy like that by being as fast, as ruthless, as powerful as they are. But you and your wife killed our 6 gullible biological weapons. Our ships are no match for what is coming. Our only hope was to seize power, select a number of expendable individuals, mega power them, and send them out against that enemy. But you destroyed our facilities. We are defenseless now. Damn you both to hell! You've doomed the human race! You used this threat as an excuse to take over the government. You were going to select people like them and mutate them like us. What if they did not want to be like us? Those rebels have no choice. They cannot refuse us. A portion of the society must be sacrificed to save the more deserving. In ancient Rome, Emperor Cicero proclaimed, Inter arma enim silent leges. Translated, it means that during times of war, the law falls silent. And who decides who is more deserving? Who decides who is worth defending and who is going to be sacrificed? I am, damn it! I already designed the risk registration and selection criteria. There are people who serve only a minimal purpose in any society. Those people would be rounded up and transported to China, where they would be mega powered and put into service of defending those more deserving.
So veterans like Ethan Ricks, the judge, the jury, or anyone with little financial status would be on your conscription list. Would they not? You're damn right they would. Conscript them all. And they should thank me. They should thank me. I am giving their meager, useless lives a new purpose. Who the hell is anyone to refuse conscription? They are men and women who have already served their planet. And they were wrongly thrown away by those like you. Those like you who were conspiring to violate their rights, their freedoms, because their only value you saw in them was the fodder and the protection of your money cronies. The poor have always been fodder for wars since the days of the bow and the lance. Why should that change now? This is the way of things. Is this the way of life that you defend, Admiral? Choosing a portion of society to fight wars that you start simply to thin out the population? Don't you understand? There is not enough for everyone. These people are the surplus population. No political, no social, no corporate connections. Just meat for us to use in accomplishing our goals. It is a sad thing, this corporatocracy you live in. And since the 20th century, you have defended it with a bodyguard of lies, deceptions, and games. This is not worth defending, not worth the lives of good people born less fortunate. I do not have the luxury of being an idealist as you do. I came into the world and worked within it until I learned the system was faulty. Then I decided to do away with it. An outdated system, a corrupt system, a bureaucratic system. Do away with it all and start my own. That is a matter of human history. And I am certain that despots like Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin would agree with you. But as this is my watch now, I say, never again. And you can say whatever you like. In the end, it is those like me that decide the course of society. True, there must be sacrifices. But it is for the greater good of those who are deserving. It is as difficult, yet as simple as that. And is that your closing argument, Admiral? You're damn right it is. I'm not going to plead for mercy to do my job. I see my path and I march it. I am not guilty. I am the future. Very well. Citizens, there was a dream called the future. On the earth that I came from, the future was idealized as a time where poverty, war, disease, hunger, and economic disparity were done away with, where racism was obsolete because people knew that all that made us different were a few cell clusters so tiny that they could fit through the eye of an old-fashioned sewing needle, where we looked more upon our commonalities and were not afraid of the few things that made us different. As I look at this earth, I am disappointed. It is as if your technology advanced, but socially, many of you did not. As a result, a small number of conspirators almost turned the United Earth into something more akin to the Roman Empire. The problem with so many empires is that they will inevitably decay from within. If you want to prevent that from happening here, then render a judgment of guilty on all counts and see justice done this day. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you prepared to render your decision at this time? Would you like time to deliberate in private? Your Honor,
Now does the jurors 13 stand ready?
Of the charge of treason in the form of creating unsanctioned living energy weapons. How say you? Of the charge of organizing a military coup with intent to overthrow the government. How say you? Dalton Travers, you and your conspirators have been judged guilty by a jury of military veterans. It is my judgment that you all be taken to Central Park and shot at sunset. You have that many hours to hang yourselves in your cells or face a firing squad. All that you accomplished today was weakening of an empire. After we are shot, who is going to be left? Who want to protect a population of you ingrates and slobs? Those berserkers are coming. Can you imagine what a slaughterhouse they'll turn this planet into? You know what will happen to your family and friends on other planets? I do. I've seen the future. Mothers, go home and smother your babies at once. Fathers, strangle your wives, and then stand alone as these berserkers descend on your cities and hang you from the street lamps by your intestines. I have seen the future. This matter is closed. Bailiff, there will be a 30-minute recess before we resume the next case. All rise!
The Potemkin disappeared in the Baracus star system. There are a few habitable planets there if you don't mind the rain and sleet.
They have war mines, but little else. If these berserkers were going to use a staging area as a prelude to invasion, they might assemble there.
These people are not ready for another war, husband.
But we have nothing else planned for this afternoon.
I should have known you were a United States Marine. Outstanding.
Ethan, do you need a ride back to Germany?
Very kind of you to offer, but no. I seem to like a slow supersonic transport nowadays. Gives me time to think during the trip. I just wanted to thank you both for the opportunity to be part of this. You two made history here this morning. We would like to do more. Are you returning to Astroforce, Ethan?
Why? So they can take another ship from me? Oh, no. I'm going to find my home in Germany.
Ethan, you know the Yorktown will not function for anyone else but you? That is why Travers lobotomized her with a corrupt program and sent the crew 500 different ways. Yorktown shut off that program. She still remembers you. Starships never forget. And if Astroforce finds out, they'll do worse to her. Maybe Yorktown is better off without me. For her own good. I'm learning to be a farmer. Heal the soil, heal the soul, heal everyone. Start riding the commuter train, Ethan. You never know who you might meet.
I'll do that, Devah. Thanks. Thank you both. Good luck and good night.
Citizens, this just in. For any of you who did not surrender or publicly burn your Outworlder collection, stop right there. With the indictment of Admiral Travers and the prevention of a government overthrow, any Outworlder content is worth 10 to 40 times what it was this morning. You could be sitting on wealth. In other news, the designers at the Fashion Institute are rapidly working patterns lingerie, dresses, boots, and jewelry. Only women in the transgender are buying products to highlight their hair black and purple and hack their DNA to be taller. Gee, I can't wait to see what my kid, the Chimera, will look like in the morning. Any of you parents have difficulties when your kids shit fur all over the furniture? Call in and let's talk about it. This has been Howell the Man, Halloran, and WGTF Radio, New York.
But the Outworlder said I'd come out of this alive if I testified in court. I testified. I don't want to die. Oh, Dr. Beckwith, he said you continue to exist as long as you testify. But the Outworlder did not judge the case. The Outworlder prosecuted the case. The judge says you get a whole shot of your face at sunset. Is there anything about this decision that you do not understand? I don't want to get my face burned off. I don't want to strangle on a cable. There has to be another option. I can then use my dagger. You can disembowel yourself. But that hurts too. Hey. If it isn't cruel and unusual, then it isn't punishment. Is that not what you said to your victims? Oh, how did you know about that? How did you know that? Who do you think reported you to the police when you heard screams in your basement a few years ago, huh? Yeah, that's right, Doc. That's right. I was a pizza delivery boy working after school. The guy who took the job even the robots and the aliens don't feel like doing, huh? The one with the funny looking ears that hear everything. And now I want to watch you cry and die. Do not make me bored, Doc. You know nothing would happen to me if I walked into your cell and cut you from neck to nuts. Or you can just wait till sunset, because I'm on the firing squad too. Yeah, it's amazing what they let the funny-looking kid do in the military, huh? Oh, you're gonna love it. I am reading a zone of unstable space, 4,333 nautical miles forward. It is a quantum fissure where one dimension of space overlaps another. The coordinates over this third planet are the same as where the Potemkin disappeared 27 months ago. I do not see alien life signs down on that planet. Only human colonists. Match warp engine signature to the Potemkins. We can duplicate its entry into the next dimension. Matching warp signature to 486 megajoules. I do not suppose we could just explain to them that this is a big misunderstanding. Not when they are jamming all of the subspace radio frequencies and charging plasma weapons.
Husband, do you remember the end of Bush Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
You remember the ending of The Day the Earth Stood Still?
You are thinking that these people were starved out of panic. That they built this armada because they're afraid of humans.
Look inside their minds, Devah. They have been watching ancient television signals from Earth. They have seen violence, depravity, immorality, mediocrity, jealousy, stupidity, vice. And they do not want humanity spreading that illness to their worlds. To them, human thought is a disease to be wiped out.
Those radio and television signals took over 3 centuries to reach here. Humanity is growing out of its infancy. Only a few throwbacks are jeopardizing it for the entire species.
But these people do not know how ancient those radio and television signals are. They think humanity is going to infect them, reduce their peaceful society to ruin. So they chose among their number these beings to cast aside their civility and defend their population way of life.
They will not be easy to negotiate with. They think we are here to destroy them.
What else do you see in their minds?
That they would panic even worse if we stepped onto the deck of their flagship. We have to de-escalate. They're willing to sacrifice themselves if it means keeping Astroforce out of their space.
Fear will not rule this day. They are already focused on us. And perhaps they are willing to listen. There has been enough blood spilled. Enough mistakes made out of ignorance on both sides. They can't end here. What are you? You do not lead like humans. You do not lead like technology. We have never seen your like before.
Your husband and I are learning anything. We have come here to prevent a massacre on both sides. We are walking around in your minds. We see you. We hear you. We feel you. And we understand you. We want you to understand us. We have come to prevent this war.
Our eyes and ears have been insulted by humanity's transmitted pollution. They sent a signal to let us know they are coming to do to our worlds what they've done to Earth. Pollute the planet, oppress and destroy entire populations, profit from the suffering of those less fortunate. One morally and ethically bankrupt country overthrowing another is like an infection. You are coming for us. When your USS Potemkin arrived, we knew they were the opening salvo in a war we did not want.
And in horror, you cast aside your logic and reason and civility. You were enraged. You did not think you could become so violent. You hate humanity because of the depths you have to sink to. You want to fight them.
We are here to tell you that you do not have to give in to savagery. You do not have to fight them. You do not have to lose who you are to save your population.
Really, you aren't. You are not like anything we have seen. Are you gods?
No, we're not. My wife and I are just evolved. We have come here expecting savagery, but upon reaching your minds, we found a socially evolved species. You can return home now and tell your fellows that Astroforce will not be coming here.
What are those horrific images?
Those radio signals you heard, those television signals you saw, took centuries to travel this distance. They are echoes of humanity's past mistakes. Human history is a bloody tapestry, and I can understand you are not wanting that violence here.
We will return to Earth. We will talk to Astroforce and the human governments. It will be made to understand that you acted out of panic after witnessing ancient radio and television transmissions and mistaking them for threats. We will tell them that you are a socially evolved species acting on a self-preservation. Mistakes were made on both sides, but we can end that here.
The assurances that humanity will not invade our dimension.
You feel as if you can trust us. It is humanity that you are concerned about.
Lies, deceit, misuse of power, reprehensible race of people. And every alien society they create, they infect with their thinking. I quite agree with your point of view, sir. But it would not be safe for an envoy from no world to set foot on Earth. Therefore, we will return and we will mediate. This war ends here. This war ends here. So agree we all.
Just one thing could have exterminated our entire species in seconds. This would they get out. They will not. These outworlders are good universal citizens. We should endeavor to burn and kill them. So here we are. So here we are. So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. So here we are. Here we are.
Walter Travers, it seems your co-conspirators have all strangled in their cells. You are here to be an example to anyone else that crimes against the state result in final punishment. Marines, take aim on your designated targets. Walter Travers, have you any last words to impart before the legally mandated extermination? Shoot straight, you bastards! Don't make a listen! There was a dream called the future, a time
A place where humanity had matured out of its greed, its petty divisions, its economic disparities, and intolerances. The Earth I came from was murdered, just as it had matured from its destructive adolescence. But you have a chance and a choice. I will not enforce my thinking upon you. I did not save you now, only to oppress you later. Choose not to be the next empire to die. We are human beings with millenniums of bloody history to our credit. Our weapons have always matured faster than our wisdom. I am such a weapon. I have experienced what you do not want to imagine. But we can evolve. We can decide not to let the mistakes of the past ruin our future. The choice is yours. Science, logic, reason, or hysteria. Peace in our life or extinction. Planet Earth, I leave it to you.